The concept of communicative memory originates from a refinement of Maurice Halwahi's notion of collective memory into two distinct forms, cultural and communicative memory, as proposed by Leida and January Assmann. Cultural memory encompasses all knowledge that guides behavior and experience within a society across generations, through repeated societal practices and initiations. In contrast, communicative memory refers to interactive practices within the tension between individuals and groups, recall of the past. Unlike cultural memory, which maintains a distance from the everyday, communicative memory is characterized by its proximity to daily experiences and is bound to living bearers of memory and communicators of experiences. Its temporal horizon shifts in relation to the present, spanning approximately 3 to 4 generations, while cultural memory is supported by fixed points like texts, rites, monuments, and commemorations. Communicative memory involves the willful agreement of group members regarding their collective past and its meaning within the identity-specific narrative of the group. Despite their theoretical separation, in practice, the forms and methods of cultural and communicative memory are interconnected, leading to dynamic changes in cultural memory over time. This classic definition of communicative memory primarily focuses on group and societal communicative practices, leaving questions about individual communicative memory and its mediation levels between the social and autobiographical aspects largely unaddressed. However, in practice, these memory forms intermingle, forming the complex landscape of communicative memory. In addition to these conceptual distinctions, the study of memory and remembering has uncovered the intricate relationship between individual and social memory frameworks. Social memory refers to the collective transport and communication of the past and interpretations of the past through non-intentional means. 4 media of social memory formation include records, cultural products like plays and films, spaces such as urban planning and architecture, and direct interactions. Each of these media contributes to the transmission and shaping of historical narratives within social contexts, influencing individual consciousness and perception of events. Thus, the interplay between individual experiences, societal frameworks, and cultural products creates a complex network of memory formation and transmission. The city, for both residents and passers-by, appears as a dynamic entity, shaped by repeated reconfigurations and overlapping layers of history. Interestingly, what is no longer present often holds a greater influence on memory than what has been built over or reconstructed. Furthermore, experiences of landscapes can vary in memory depending on one's mental and physical state at the time. Kurt Lewin's work on the war landscape illustrates how an observer's perception of the environment is influenced by their military actions, with landscapes appearing differently during advances versus retreats. Direct interactions serve as another form of social memory, encompassing communicative practices that either directly involve discussing the past or subtly reference it. Developmental psychology has highlighted the role of memory talk in shaping autobiographical memory within shared practices. This communicative actualization of experienced pasts continues throughout life, even when not explicitly discussing the past. These forms of social memory collectively constitute what can be termed an exogrammatic memory system, unlike engrams, which represent internal neuronal activation patterns corresponding to memories. Exograms refer to external memory content used to cope with current demands and plan for the future. Exograms encompass a wide range of content, including written, oral, symbolic, and habitual forms. This externalization of memory is a crucial aspect of human cognition, providing stable and accessible records that transcend individual existence and personal experience. The evolution of symbolic representation, as highlighted by Merlin Donald, has greatly enriched human cognition by expanding memory storage capabilities. Exograms, in contrast to impermanent engrams, offer stable and virtually unlimited memory records that are consciously accessible and infinitely reformatable. This dual system of internal and external representation distinguishes human consciousness and facilitates unique forms of memory transmission and cultural evolution. Autobiographical memory serves as a functional system that integrates various memory systems, including procedural memory, priming, perceptual memory, semantic memory, and episodic memory. While episodic and autobiographical memory were previously indistinguishable on the neuronal level, recent empirical evidence suggests that autobiographical memory operates as a socially constituted system, amplifying content, rather than altering the functional aspects of episodic memory. It integrates these memory systems into a functional unit, ensuring synchronization between individuals and fluctuating social groups. Our autobiographical memory, which shapes our sense of self, develops through social exchange processes. It not only incorporates content formed in collaboration with others, but also relies on social formation for its structural organization. This memory system, central to our identity, guides our actions based on intuitive associations, often outside our conscious control. It synthesizes our individual autonomy with our dependence on social entities and our physical bodies, creating a seamless continuity in our self-perception across time and situations. This ego, rooted in our life history and shared memory community, is a self-misunderstanding, yet a necessary and meaningful one. As Hans Georg Gadamer suggested, autobiography reprivatizes history, emphasizing that we belong to history, rather than it belonging to us. Our self-concept, shaped by Western individualism, masks our deep connection to others, both close and distant, underscoring our unique yet interconnected existence. Autobiographical memory plays a crucial role in ontogeny, facilitating the synchronization of individuals with their social environment. Individualization and socialization are concurrent processes, shaping one's identity within a socio-evolutionary environment. As humans adapt to their ever-changing social and cultural contexts, autobiographical memory serves as a relay, ensuring coherence and continuity amidst fluctuating social demands. This desire for continuity extends beyond individual wishes, as social groups and societies rely on the consistent identity of their members for cooperation and cohesion. Norbert Elias, highlighted the importance of understanding human psycho and sociogenesis within the context of a pre-existing human form, shaped by cultural and social evolution. Development psychologists, such as Lev Vygotsky, Daniel Stern, and Michael Tomasello, emphasize that humans learn to function within their societies through interaction and social learning rather than through internalization. The developmental trajectory of memory unfolds from the social realm to the individual sphere, transitioning from an early stage where infants lack autobiographical memory and perceive things as they are, to a stage where preschoolers gradually comprehend the self in relation to time. Through language and cognitive development, individuals evolve into autobiographical selves that integrate past and future experiences into a cohesive life story, blending social and individual elements. The regulation of a child's behavior, initially guided by caregivers, gradually transitions to self-regulation. Autobiographical memory serves as a declaratively accessible form of self-regulation, while other memory systems provide implicit forms of regulation, accessible situationally. Ontogenetic development involves two transformations: historical changes in perception, communication, and upbringing practices, and individual changes in relationships with others and oneself. Autobiographical memory, primarily constituted externally, requires constant reinforcement from social interactions. This external aspect is often overlooked due to an individualistic self-image, yet it significantly contributes to the full capacity of human memory. Communicative memory encompasses various cognitive processes that operate unconsciously during interactions. These processes include language decoding, logical reasoning, semantic interpretation, and memory retrieval. While these operations occur swiftly and flexibly, they typically do not enter consciousness. Unless misunderstandings arise, the unconscious plays a vital role in human existence by facilitating efficient and free conscious action. Conscious communicative practices involve the attribution of meaning to social interactions, with individuals inferring intentions and actions of others in real time, emphasizing the emotional dimension and atmospheric nuances of narratives. Communicative practices often shape the interpretation of past events more than the events themselves. Both individual and collective narratives are continuously reshaped in response to new experiences and present needs, reflecting the functional value of the past for future orientations and options. Memory and the act of remembering are inherently interdisciplinary fields, particularly when considering that only humans possess autobiographical memory, which must be learned. That memory has both a biological basis and cultural content. Interdisciplinary projects, like those studying age-specific memory development, have already produced initial findings, with more expected to follow. However, there may be a shift towards the genesis of a new sub-discipline, potentially termed social neuroscience, which would integrate various disciplines' findings into a cohesive framework. The current state of research reveals varying levels of sophistication and theoretical approaches across disciplines. Neuroscience tends to focus on individual brain function, lacking perspectives from social interaction and communication theories. Conversely, humanities and social sciences often discuss memory formation without considering fundamental biosocial factors. Bridging these gaps is essential, especially in disciplines like life writing research and oral history, which rely on subjective evidence, but could benefit from insights from neuroscientific memory research. One challenge in current research is the international heterogeneity of the field. While German language discourse on memory is highly synthesized, the Anglo-American realm lags behind. Additionally, memory research in the humanities and social sciences tends to be politically and normatively contextualized, leading to variations in concepts and terminologies across nations. In contrast, neuroscientific research is more consistent internationally, but may not fully account for the constitutive conditions of memory or the implications of its findings. Ultimately, the essence of communicative memory may never be fully comprehended through scientific analysis alone. Aesthetic approaches, such as literary autobiographies and films, often provide deeper insights into communicative memory, as they are not constrained by the need for scientific proof and verification. These artistic mediums offer a unique perspective that complements scientific research in understanding the complexities of memory and remembering.